Testing. Okay, these are the requested results of the ongoing weather event in Madisonville, Louisiana. The date is June 10th, 1996. The time is 8:08 p.m. My name is Jamin Carpenter, and I am currently stationed in a makeshift facility just outside of Houston. Several samples were collected, 7 from near the town's border, none farther than 10 to 15 feet out. An 8th sample, composed solely of the snow, was taken from within the town itself. For the 8th sample, researchers on site used a metal staff equipped with what can best be described as an ice cream scooper to collect a portion of the Madisonville snow, or the Mad Snow, as it's been nicknamed in recent news reports. Before I continue with this report, I want to state for the record that everything I am about to state is factual, despite how unbelievable it may sound. The findings are deeply disturbing and potentially apocalyptic in nature. I trust that those who hear this report will take it seriously and respond accordingly. We began our analysis with Sample 8 to establish a clearer understanding of the substance itself and the conditions currently affecting Madisonville. Sample 8. Mad Snow. The Mad Snow was transported 314 miles in a sealed metal cylinder to reach our facility. The cylinder was not temperature controlled, so we were surprised to find the sample hadn't melted. It looked as if it had just fallen from the sky. You could feel the cold radiating from it, colder than I would have expected, even under the circumstances. After placing the Mad Snow under a microscope, it came as no surprise that it had very little in common with what we traditionally call snow. Regular snow is primarily made up of tiny ice crystals, which form when water vapor in the atmosphere freezes. Mad Snow, on the other hand, lacks any trace of water and behaves nothing like conventional ice. The substance consisted of crystallized sulfur, salt, and an unidentified compound. Preliminary analysis suggested this unknown material is highly radioactive, and we believe this radioactive component is responsible for the more extreme side effects observed upon exposure. We took a sample of the Mad Snow and sprinkled it onto a mouse. The animal dissolved within seconds of coming into contact with the substance. A second mouse was then placed into the cage after the first. It remained unharmed, up until it made direct contact with the remains of the first mouse, at which point it quickly dissolved as well. This, however, was not our strangest finding. We introduced the remains of the mice to the snow. It absorbed them completely, and the Mad Snow grew in both size and volume. Attempts to destroy the snow through incineration proved futile. Even when exposed at temperatures of 2200 degrees Fahrenheit or 1200 degrees Celsius, the snow remained unchanged, intact, and cold. Sample 2. The remains were identified as belonging to Shane Whalen, a 42-year-old male resident of Kate's Crossing. Whalen was a father of 3 and operated a small hardware store in the town center. According to medical records, he underwent routine annual physicals and, aside from mild seasonal allergic rhinitis, had no significant health issues. No existing condition could account for the state in which his remains were discovered. Eyewitness accounts indicate that Mr. Whalen exhibited no signs of distress prior to the incident. Multiple witnesses confirmed that he appeared to be in good spirits as he exited the town's limits. According to Evelyn Rue, a primary eyewitness, Whalen had taken no more than 8 steps beyond the boundary when he abruptly began screaming. Rue reported that his verbal outbursts included statements to the effect that he felt like he was on fire. No visible flames or external sources of combustion were observed at the time. Evelyn Rue moved to assist Whalen, but before she could reach him, she observed his body began to deteriorate rapidly. In her words, it was like someone threw water on a painting. The process appeared to take no longer than 15 seconds from onset to completion. Miss Evelyn Rue is currently under observation at this facility. As of the latest evaluation, she exhibits no signs of infection or contamination. Fortunately, Rue was located outside the town limits at the time of the initial snowfall and had no direct contact with the anomalous substance. Analysis of the collected sample revealed the presence of liquefied human biological material, including identifiable components of bone, organ, and dermal tissue. Blood within the sample appeared to have undergone significant thinning, exhibiting a viscosity closer to that of water. All constituents were consistent with typical human physiology, with the notable exception of trace elements consistent with the substance referred to as mad snow integrated throughout the sample matrix. Samples 3, 4, 5, and 6. Genetic analysis of the sample revealed the presence of DNA consistent with Cardinalis cardinalis, or the northern cardinal. Based on environmental and situational evidence, it is hypothesized these birds fled the area following the onset of the anomalous snowfall. It is further suspected that, similar to the observed effects on human subjects, the avian specimens experienced rapid disintegration upon crossing the town's boundary. Sample 7. DNA analysis of Sample 7 identified genetic material consistent with Canis lupus familiaris, specifically matching that of the boxer breed. This finding is supported by the recovery of a canine collar labeled Sinbad, which was found in direct association with the sample. Final thoughts. The substance referred to as mad snow has demonstrated extreme biohazard potential. Individuals exposed to or infected by the material must remain within the boundaries of the town to mitigate risk to both themselves and the external population. Preliminary observations indicate the mad snow is exhibiting growth behavior, both in volume and in the spatial spread. Following controlled experimentation involving murine subjects, the original sample was subdivided into 4 aliquots for further analysis under isolated laboratory conditions. Each of the 4 isolated samples exhibited a consistent and exponential increase in volume, approximately doubling in mass within a 24-hour observation period. The growth rate suggests that, if not adequately contained, the conditions currently affecting Madisonville possesses the potential to expand beyond the town's boundaries in a relatively short time frame.